So you like to stay informed.
Yeah.
Cut through the noise and really understand what's going on.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what we're doing today. We're taking a close look at something pretty interesting in the auto world with Stellantis.
Right, the parent company for Dodge, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler.
Exactly. You might have seen their ads, the American-born campaign.
Oh, yeah. They had some, well, pretty strong claims in there, stuff like cars being built from the ground up in America.
Sounds simple enough, but there's definitely more to it.
For sure.
So our mission today is to figure out, okay, why did those ads change? What does it tell us about, global car manufacturing?
And what does American-made even mean anymore with these labels?
Right. We've been looking into their advertising, what the company's been doing. So let's start with those first ads. What were they actually saying?
Well, the campaign really leaned into patriotism. Jeep was positioned as America's most patriotic brand, linking back to World War II history. And then Dodge and Ram ads specifically claimed the trucks were built here, built in America. It gave this impression of 100% American production.
It's a powerful image. But then a consumer group got involved.
Yeah, Truth in Advertising. They're a consumer advocacy group.
And their problem was?
Basically, they argued that built in America wasn't quite right. It kind of misrepresented how much manufacturing actually happens domestically.
This is not all done here.
Exactly. While Stellantis does assemble vehicles in the U.S., a lot of the parts, a lot of the processes happen, outside the country.
Which gets us to the legal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There are actual rules for saying made in America, aren't there?
Oh, yeah. The FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, is pretty clear. Generally, for that label, all or virtually all of the product has to be from the U.S.
Okay. All or virtually all. That's a high bar.
It is. And given Stellantis' global structure, well, that's where the conflict came in.
Right, because they're not just an American company, are they?
Not purely. Their headquarters are actually in the Netherlands.
Netherlands, okay.
And they've got major production facilities in Mexico, Canada, Italy. It's really fascinating how parts get shared across their different brands and models.
So even popular cars we see all the time.
Like the Jeep Wagoneer or the Wrangler, the Ram 1500 pickup. They might have final assembly here in the U.S., yeah. But it's very likely many of the components inside them, they're coming from those plants in Mexico, Canada, maybe Italy. It's a global mix.
So faced with this challenge from Truth in Advertising, what did Stellantis do? Did they fight it?
Well, they acted pretty quickly, actually. They pulled those original ads, the ones claiming built in America.
Pulled them completely.
Those specific versions, yeah. You shouldn't see them running now. They've changed the wording in their advertising. Now it says assembled in the U.S.
Assembled, not built. That's a key difference.
It is. Though you know how these things go. Some of the older ads might still pop up here and there during the changeover period.
Gotcha. It feels like this advertising shift might be part of a bigger story for Stellantis lately. Haven't there been other issues?
Yeah, it seems connected to some broader challenges. Around the time those tariffs came in, Stellantis laid off about 900 American workers. Mm-hmm. And reports linked that, partly at least, to moving some parts production over to Canada and Mexico.
Interesting timing with the assembled clarification.
It is. And on top of that, they've seen a pretty big drop in profits, reported around 70%. Plus, their CEO, Carlos Tavares, stepped down, and they're still looking for a replacement.
So quite a bit going on. And wasn't there some political chatter about this too?
There was. Some White House officials commented on the company's European ownership. Peter Navarro, for example, specifically pointed out the Fiat ownership part and the fact that some engines are actually made in Italy, kind of questioning how American the company really is. Now, that's just one viewpoint being reported, of course.
Right. Just reporting that perspective. So, okay, let's bring it all together. What's the main thing we should take away from this whole situation?
I think the big takeaway is just how complex that American-made label really is, especially in the car industry today. It's so globalized.
Yeah.
It really shines a light on the difference between, built here from the ground up versus assembled here using parts from all over the world. They're not the same thing.
Definitely not. It makes you pause and think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you consider all this, the ads, the rules, the global supply chains, what does American-made actually mean to you when you're looking to buy something?
Yeah, and maybe what other questions does this raise about, where anything we buy really comes from these days?
Something to chew on, for sure.